Let's meet the guy who could be the poster child of Harris County bail reform. And it should horrify you.
Wait, okay, a bit too long. Say, man, nigga don't need nobody, bro. Good with myself, I got a crack. I got my pistol. Got everything I fucking need, bro. Got crack for sale. Got tabs for sale. Got hoes for sale.
That's Eric Henderson on October 3rd of 2019, right before his latest arrest. And what a decade of mayhem he's had. A list of dangerous convictions. 2009, unlawful carrying of a weapon, his first proven assault. 2011, Henderson charged with aggravated assault after he cut his girlfriend with a knife. The next year, another assault of another girlfriend. 2013, Henderson points a black Uzi at his stepfather and says, "I'm gonna kill you." He's charged with aggravated assault of a family member with a deadly weapon. 2015, 2 years later, Henderson robs a title company with a gun. That's called aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. 2 stints in prison, and Eric Henderson is back on the streets of Houston in July. 2 days after freedom, he's back on Instagram.
Nigga feel good, nigga just hit a lick, bro. Nigga fresh high, nigga got some money in his pocket now.
Let's check our Urban Dictionary, shall we? Originally described the act of robbing liquor stores, evolved now to mean any sort of robbery or thievery. Isn't that nice? There's Eric with a gun in his waistband, throwing gang signs, even posting pictures of pills. It didn't take long for Eric Henderson to get busted again, this time for a felon in possession of a weapon. All my gun control folks should want him locked up for sure. Instead, Democratic Judge Chris Morton gave Henderson a PR bond. For $300, he was back on the street.
Because this case is just as big as Brown versus the Board of Education.
We can thank Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis for all this. He likens bail reform to desegregation of schools. Critics are accused of racism when crime should have no color.
Some advocacy was needed here on the local level to help push this issue and help educate the community.
We were told bail reform was constitutionally necessary just to make sure we didn't keep poor people in jail just because they were poor, folks who made minor mistakes. But folks, you know what? Bail reform is killing people.
Oh, they absolutely have blood on their hands. They have my daughter's blood on their hands. Absolutely, without a doubt.
On the first floor of Melanie Infinger's house in Kingwood, granddaughter Alexis asks for her mom every single day. But Caitlin is gone, murdered, dead because bail reform let her abuser out of jail for just $150 without even a warning to her. 3 days later, Caitlin is brutally stabbed.
And if we had just kept him in jail, she would still be alive.
This pain, it will never go away.
Caitlin was my best friend. She was my everything. Absolutely my everything.
Alex Guajardo had already been charged with 2 DWIs. He had left the scene of one accident. And in February 2019, police were called to Caitlin's house for an alleged assault. In July, Guajardo is finally charged with another alleged assault of his wife. He wasn't charged for killing the family cat. He gets a PR bond. For $150, he's free again.
The system failed her, failed us, failed her daughter. I mean, they let him out on this PR bond.
No one warned Caitlin. In 2 days, she was dead.
I mean, you let her abuser walk out and stab her to death.
Rodney Ellis hasn't had the decency to call Melanie Infinger. She's now on a mission for her daughter, who's in heaven.
Oh my gosh, like when is enough enough? Like, how many times is this gonna have to happen before someone says, aha, you need to go back and redo this entire bond reform.
Melanie watched the evening news on February 6th and saw this graphic, fiery collision in Northwest Harris County. Inside the burning van, 3 generations lost.
The deadly crash that took the lives of Ricardo Escobar Jr., his mom, Diana Escobar, and his grandmother, Piedad Soriano.
The little baby inside was less than 4 months old.
They tried so hard for their baby, and the baby finally came. He only had 3 months with us.
Another child thrown from the car. Gregory Allen Smith was charged with intoxication manslaughter. But why was he even out on bail in the first place?
This individual is a career criminal. In the last couple of years, he's been filed on 14 times for criminal cases.
Smith's been convicted before for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, theft, terroristic threat, busted twice for indecent exposure, criminal mischief, evading arrest, a robbery and burglary arrest, a conviction for harassment. While in the county jail, Smith supposedly punches a jail guard. While out on a cash bond that time, he gets a DWI, causing a 4-car accident while supposedly high on PCP. He gets a PR bond signed by Judge Genesis Draper, back out on the streets for just $30. That was July of 2019.
The fiery crash that killed 3 people yesterday, and the footage is just about as shocking as the carnage that we saw it all leave behind.
High on PCP in February of this year, Smith now kills a family. He's now charged with intoxication manslaughter, but it's a little late.
You see somebody like this out on our streets. I can tell you in my 34 years of doing this business, I have never seen so many suspected criminals on our streets.
Need more evidence? This is crazy? Avion Pleasant is a burglary machine. Judge Jones let him out for 30 days after the first one, so he was free to allegedly do 2 more. Jones let him out again, this time for free. That judge hands out get-out-of-jail-free cards like candy. Paul David Cole has been a registered sex offender since 1977, when he was convicted for indecent exposure with a child. Guess what? He was arrested for exposing himself again last year to a mother and daughter in the Heights. Mr. Cole, he didn't have to pay a penny to get out of jail. And you can thank Administrative Misdemeanor Judge Daryl Jordan for that. That's tough justice, don't you think?
The main reason I fight the way I do, and I'm willing to risk it all, risk my job, risk everything else, one, because it's the Constitution.
Somehow I don't think the Founding Fathers wanted to accuse molesters, rapists, murderers to get back on the streets so easily.
It turns out everybody's getting out, and they're going back to victimize the communities that the bail reform was supposed to protect.
Veteran felony district judge Maria Jackson says Rodney Ellis has been bullying judges to be soft on crime or face opponents.
He used to point in my face. You guys are next. You guys are next.
Jackson is trying to take Ellis out of office. She sees a dark cloud, a public safety crisis looming over the city.
It's not only scary, but it's very disappointing and disheartening that he sees people getting killed, but it doesn't matter.
It matters to Melanie Infinger and the granddaughter who's been left behind.